आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
Somewhere the feeling is that one of the most important cases regarding corruption that the BJP government was expected to look into, nothing has happened on it. I'm speaking about the Augusta Westland VVIP chopper scam, allegedly involving kickbacks worth hundreds of crores. This case has virtually come crashing down with Christian Michel, the alleged middleman, being released effectively by the Delhi court in the ED money laundering case. There is another case against him, but that too is under the CBI, and I don't know what's going on. Bottom line is this, ladies and gentlemen, that the BJP promised to act on these cases of corruption, but for some reason the trial itself has not started. The witnesses have not been complete. The basic processes that the government should do in 7 years have not even virtually begun. Then was this an eyewash? Why was Christian Michel brought back with the promise that he would be made to reveal all? Are corruption cases only being used for leverage? If the government is serious, then why have the government's own agencies completely failed? Let's debate.
So what would be the implication of, sir, as you released?
Christian, have you turned an approver? Christian, would you give facts? Christian, would you give facts to India? Christian, would you give facts? Christian, would you give facts at last? Christian, would you tell the truth?
Let me tell you, there's no corruption that took place in India. And I was very much aware of everything. There was no corruption in India. The corruption took place in Italy.
Were you in touch with any politicians here in India? Were you in touch with any politicians here in India? Did you take any bribes, Mr. Michel?
A UPA-era scam, kickbacks worth crores of rupees, and the man at the center of it all, Christian Michel, let off easy.
Sir, as you're released, ordered by the court in ED matter, what do you have to say about it?
I think written law will prevail. I think there are good judges, some good judges in India. I've been lucky to have them.
So, are you satisfied with the order of the court, or
yes,
expecting something more?
No, I'm satisfied. I think India's constitution is excellent.
A Delhi court ordered the release of Christian Michel in the ED money laundering case. A case where trail of kickbacks and proceeds of crime has been established and is now seeing the criminal walk free. Not just that, 2 other players are yet to be brought into the investigation. While Michel himself admitted corruption on Republic's camera,
Let me tell you, there's no corruption that took place in India. And I was very much aware of everything. There is no corruption in India. The corruption took place in Italy. It's an Italian political affair. It's got nothing to do with India.
agencies have failed to mention political links. Look at this note. The note that mentioned political, bureaucratic and other abbreviations shared by Italy but not investigated by the Indian agencies. Who was AP? Who was FAM? If millions were bribed, who let the Augusta Westland scam collapse?
Rohan Gupta, is the BJP serious at all on corruption issues? Or is it only using corruption issues for drama? Christian Michel was extradited to India in December 2018 and taken into CBI custody, the visuals on the screen. That was just 3 months before the election campaign was to start. So every time before a national election, you pick up these cases of corruption, then you forget it for the next 4.5 years. Do you feel you owe an answer to the people of India who expected you to act? You could not act in 2G. It was the issue which brought you to power in 2014. You failed to act on Augusta, which was one of the cases which brought you to power in 2019. You provided convenient exits to people like Sandesara brothers. You had made it a big political issue before 2019. Now you have allowed them to get away by paying 5,000 crores. Are you serious on corruption, or is it just something to talk about?
No, I think government is very, very serious on any of such issues. And the gravity of these cases are such that it's not very, very easy to prove the political links. And this, you can see now that the political extraditions are happening in India. And Augusta Westland, Mikhail is one of the cases where extradition was successful. And he's even today he's in custody. It's not that he's out of custody.
He'll be out soon, you know that. Yeah, why did the ED fail? Why did the ED fail?
See, as you have rightly told in your initial package, the money trail was established. There is absolutely no doubt that he is not responsible for this case. And you know that in India, there are many courts where you just saw...
So 7 years are not enough. Your charge was the BJP told the people of India that Christian Michel paid bribes to politicians with certain initials. Right? And he was a conduit between Indian politicians and Augusta Westland. In almost 8 years, you could not start the trial.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying. Why are you saying that?
I'm saying that because it's not that easy to...
You forget that you came to power in 2014 on the issue of corruption.
Arnab,
no, which corruption case have you taken to its logical conclusion? Robert Vadra, Damashri, nothing. Which corruption case?
National Herald, you will see that...
You will see. You will see means what? Last week, either due to shoddy paperwork or for other reason, maybe you don't want Subramaniam Swamy's name there, so you have taken it over the case. You're filing a fresh charge sheet and all that. Technically, you don't want Subramaniam Swamy to take ownership of the National Herald case. But there also, it's been painfully slow.
No, Arnab, it's not the case. We do not want opposition to pay victim card here. We want them to get the full opportunity. Tomorrow they should not come and say, look, BJP government ensured that vindicative politics has happened against, vendetta politics happened against us. We don't want that. Let it be just on the merits. The court is doing their work, the CBI is doing their work, the ED is doing their work. So definitely everybody should be given a chance.
I'm not saying I believe. Let me make it very clear. You are fully aware that Christian Michel is today's Otavio Quattorochi. Right? You are fully aware that what this case was about, it was about international level bribes in a defense deal. General Bakshi, right? It was about international level bribes in a defense deal.
Absolutely.
An explanation is owed to the people of the country. The argument was that the Indian Air Force needed to change planes, the parameters were manipulated to favor Augusta Westland and bribes were paid. 10 years have passed. And more than 23 years since the original request for proposal, the government has been able to prove nothing. Come on, Rohan Gupta, what are you doing?
No, I will tell you very specifically. If you see Mr. DP, just let me complete. The public counsel DP Singh, if you see his reply, he was very clear that the gravity of this case is such that the accused cannot be allowed to move out of the case because of the international...
Have you gone soft on the Gandhi Vadras overall? Have you gone soft on Gandhi Vadras? Is there some...
Absolutely.
Is that the reason why you could not do anything even in the Robert Vadra case? You said
we have to understand
the documents have been burnt. What happened to the Robert Vadra case after 11 years? What happened in the 2G case?
Arnab,
what happened in the Augusta Westland case? Maybe you feel you don't owe an answer to the people of India.
No, absolutely not, Arnab. In India, it's very easy to play vendetta politics. We do not want anybody...
So you think that if you go ahead in this case, you'll be accused of vendetta politics?
No, absolutely not.
We are say the same thing about National Herald tomorrow.
Even if public prosecutor's plea was not accepted, That doesn't mean that this case will be
Okay,
left.
we'll take the other side tonight, opening up an opportunity here, obviously, for the opposition here. But I don't understand why the BJP doesn't understand it. It's got a responsibility. You can't file a charge sheet. The ED charge sheet said that Michel and other middlemen influenced the reinduction of the helicopter service ceiling requirements. They said he was a fundamental figure. The CBI has alleged a loss of 400 crore rupees. We are going to look bad. General Bakshi, we're going to look bad if Christian Michel goes away and the Augusta case closes down.
Arnab, it is worse than that. It's a bit worse than that. Let me explain. The Congress decade was that lost decade of Indian military aviation. We couldn't get the Rafales, we couldn't get the multi-role fighter aircraft. None of what was required could come through. You are today at a situation where you are supposed to have 42 squadrons, you have 29. How many squadrons does the Pakistani Air Force has, Arnab? 25. You are now on par with the Pakistani Air Force, almost. Who was responsible for that? The old Congress ancient regiment. They wanted a cut. They wanted their hand in the till on any deal, and the best way to get that money was to delay deals. Delay. You know, and you have created a disaster for the Indian Air Force. You have today brought it down to 29 squadrons. When you actually need 60 squadrons if you are to deal with a 2 and now 3 front situation. Right? Even Bangladesh wants to buy J-10C fighter.
No, again on the corruption issue here.
Sabotage was done, man.
No, on the corruption
not
issue.
Just somebody
Rohan,
wanting to
the
make
agencies,
money at the expense of
your investigating agencies often drop charges against politicians.
Somebody has to be held accountable.
Yeah, just somebody following up on the line of questioning, one more to Rohan.
It doesn't happen again.
Rohan, this case was about politicians linked to the deal. And I want to remind you tonight, Rohan, that before every election, you, that is the BJP, you do press conferences saying that we will expose this corruption, this party, this politician. You do big press conferences, Damashri, this, that, everything. But when it comes to actual investigation and filing a charge sheet, you make no mention of the political individuals potentially linked to the deal as per your own claims. This lack of documentation, Rohan, indicates an absolute and abysmal failure to investigate the political links. So you do a high...
Again, I won't...
No, you may or may not agree with me.
I will not agree with you.
No, I don't expect you to agree with me. What have you done in the case?
10 seconds.
On the political link you promised.
I will give you an example of National Herald. See, please understand her now. Again, I am coming back to the same point. We do not want anybody to play unnecessarily vendetta politics in India. That doesn't mean that if the agencies are not doing their job.
You are constantly talking about vendetta politics, which means you are a government that is on the defensive. You are afraid of the Congress party. You are constantly saying, oh, we don't want to be accused of vendetta politics. Well, before...
Give me 10 seconds. There is some lag between what you speak and what I say. So just 10 seconds. Even in case of National Herald, what we did, we ensured that enough opportunity is given to the accused. The charges which is filed...
Why you give that much opportunity to the common citizen? You only give opportunity to Sanjay Sara. You give opportunity to the accused in political cases. Do you give this kind of opportunity to the common man?
Whether it is Mr. Sanjay Sara...
Why did you give Sanjay Sara? Why did you let Sanjay Sara get away by paying 5,000 crores? No, tomorrow you'll do the same to Vijay Mallya.
Our bench.
Tomorrow Nirav Modi will say, I want the Sanjay Sara deal.
They are paying their money as per the law. They are not allowed to get away like what happened at the time of...
Anyway, not in the context of Sanjay Sara, somebody robs 300 rupees, runs away from the country, then after 10 years says, I will give you 75 rupees. And you say, okay, I will drop all the charges.
No,
this is setting the wrong... You don't seem to be strong on issues of corruption.
Absolutely
You don't seem to be strong on issues of corruption.
or any accused which is...
Then why are
escaping from
extradition
the
requests?
country.
Why are extradition requests for Guido Hashke and Carlo Gerosa still missing?
That's what
You
I'm
have
saying.
an excellent
Again, I'm coming
relationship
back
with
to the-
Turkey. Allow me. You have an excellent relationship with Turkey. Meloni is a friend of India. One phone call you can make to Meloni. 2 requests were sent to Italy in February 2017 and January 2018. Italy returned the request in March 2018. A 3rd request was for Hashke was sent in October 2018. Remains unresolved. Why are you not pushing the Italian government? You think I don't know the background of the
Absolutely,
case?
we are pushing
I want to
the
remind you, Rohan, I am the one who's investigated all these cases. I know it like the back of my
I
hand.
agree with you, and you always
Well, you
do
agree
that.
with me, but you're doing nothing. No.
But you tell me, in India, the extradition has happened when? At the time of BJP government? Why this Michel is in jail? Because of BJP government's extradition pressure? So it is not that easy, but we are not going to leave any of them. It might take its own time.
You will get
but
him
there is
after
a
he
resolve by
flies
the
out.
government to
Tomorrow a chartered plane will come and take
taken
him
to the
away.
task.
This
No,
is not
absolutely
convincing. Ratnakar is
If that had to
smiling
be happened,
because he
then
knows
it would have
they are
happened
getting away.
He's in
Kapil
jail.
Madan is happy
He's in
because they
jail
know they
now.
are getting away.
He has already been sentenced for
Kapil.
more than 7 years, and that is a plea which has been taken by them. That
Remember the day he goes away, we'll have 20 cameras and show him flying out so that you are reminded of where your failures are. Kapil. Must be very
Let me
happy.
begin by saying I heard, Mr. Gupta, and, as usual, Mr. Gupta, wants to, replace shouting allegation and he wants to use it as an evidence. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen. And I will answer both in the context of National Herald and I will both answer in the context of this particular case. Now, what has happened in this case? This case, the delay is not accidental here. The delay is not accidental. If you'll ask me honestly, if for 7 long years you don't begin trial, and the maximum period prescribed for that particular offense is 7 years, it speaks volume. It speaks volume about your intent. It speaks volume about how serious you are. And it also speaks volume that you want to weaponize these kind of proceedings for your optics, and you are not really interested in the adjudication and the conviction, because your entire, premise of your, plank, your political plank is this fakery of making these kind of frivolous allegation, tarnish the, giving political sentences on the opposition leaders and try to gain political mileage out of it. We've seen in the National Herald case also. We've seen in this case also. Now, let me also tell you, when your prosecution is as lackadaisical as it is being shown, it loses its constitutional legitimacy. This prosecution loses its, legitimacy to even proceed. And this is where we are. This is where do we stand. Let me also give you another example. We've seen in the National Herald case what they have done. 2014 was Swami's case. Hold on. Allow me to finish. Allow me to finish.
You must be enjoying this because government has gone easy on you guys.
No one
knows what arrangement is.
On TV channels, you may, pronounce anyone guilty. Mr. Rohan Gupta will shout and he will feel that his shouting is as good as evidence. But unfortunately, that's not the case. That's really not the case. Now, let me come back to the issue at hand. I've also heard General Bakshi, who's a respected panelist here, and with utmost respect and humility at my command, I must also tell him that for the Rafale investigation, there is a prosecution happening in France. Are we prosecuting? Are we even looking into those kind of allegations? And I'm absolutely sure that Mr. Bakshi would agree, and Mr. Bakshi would also know that that prosecution is actually happening in France. But here, there is no prosecution. But that, that narratives may not, suit this discussion, so therefore we are not discussing.
No, I
those
want
points.
to know from you, Rohan Gupta. Rohan, 1 minute. Rohan, 1 minute. Rohan.
Young man.
Yes, Jan Bakshi.
Young man, can I, Arnab, intervene? Thank God for those 36 Rafales. We got saved during Operation Sindoor. Thank God for those 36 Rafales. Right? And now you will have to go in for 114. There was no corruption there. You had blocked the previous Congress government had blocked the whole bloody sale. They had brought it to naught. And let me just add, You know,
General Bakshi, are you
you
aware
didn't
about
buy
the
a
prosecution
single
happening
fighter
in
plane
France?
in that
I'm just
last
asking
decade.
a very simple question.
No, can I
I'm asking a
please
very simple
finish?
question.
Can I please finish? I am asking you a simpler question. How is it that you could not buy a single fighter plane in those 10 years, but you wanted to buy the most expensive helicopters, which the American president had found too expensive to buy? Barack Obama had refused to buy the Westlands, right? You could go in for that. You didn't give a damn about our fighter squadron strength. That is why we are in such perilous condition today. And that is why action.
Rohan.
Because
Rohan.
Congress methodology was
Rohan.
delay, drag out.
Yeah, Rohan.
So that
General Bakshi, give me a moment. Rohan, please, on the screen, please. I don't want to be putting General Bakshi's audio down, so I'm requesting. Rohan, I have to tell you something. Are you answerable to the people of India? Do you still feel answerable? Because...
Absolutely.
Because you see, there is the co-accused in this case, like Shravan Gupta, have faced legal consequences abroad, right, including jail sentences in Abu Dhabi. The feeling I get is, and what my sources have told me, that after 2019, no fruitful investigation has happened in this case. No fruitful investigation, which means you are looking at a case only till it builds political pressure. Is it because you believe that the Gandhis are your best asset? That the Vadra Gandhis are your best asset, Rahul Gandhi is your best asset, that Robert Vadra's case has gone slow or disappeared. Once in a while pressure builds, you will question him before a general election, then again gone slow. You know, now anyway, there are many happy scenes. No, I'm saying that, is there a Gio or Ginedo kind of approach going on here? Because I have not seen a singular achievement of your government in a case of corruption, on political corruption. At the end of the day, you compromise like Parth Pawar. The Parth Pawar case comes up against the BJP. When Ajit Pawar, you have to use corruption as a leverage. So the case is there against his son. The moment you kiss and make up, then Parth Pawar is not named in the FIR. Everything is good, hunky-dory. Other people, the moment they support the BJP, they get Rajya Sabha tickets, hunky-dory. Cases are forgotten. Is corruption an issue anymore for you?
Definitely there is an issue. I'll tell you very clearly, if you see National Herald case, it is moving. You can see every day, even if there is a bail by the lower court, that if you see the CBI...
So now you're saying forget all cases, only National Herald is there. Okay, we'll follow up.
There is no investigation. There is a money trail. You will see it tomorrow.
Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I have a big debate coming up. Rohan, ruling parties have to be open to get questioned properly, grilled if necessary. I'm closing this, but at 9, many of you have supported me on the Aravali case. Ladies and gentlemen, I saw the press conference of the Environment Minister, who should be coming on my program, because we raised the issue. We raised the issue and he's giving interviews to news agencies with underhand deliveries. That's not the way a politician should respond. When I'm back, I'll tell you why I completely believe that the arguments in defense being put by the Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav have been totally unconvincing. When I'm back.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सब जल जीरा मसाला